Why should anyone in this day and age wait until they get married to have sex? That's what we're going to talk about today on The Beat. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. My name is Alan Parr, and so today we're talking about the hidden truth about premarital sex. And so if you're currently in a relationship, you're single, you're having sex, or you're considering having sex, today I want to share with you 8 things that I believe may or may not be normally shared when this subject of premarital sex is talked about. And the first is that premarital sex can create comparisons between people. Every time we have sex before marriage, we have just DVR'd that experience to be replayed in our minds at any time that we so desire. And so what ends up happening is we begin to subconsciously compare our spouse to all of the different people that we've been with in the past, and if we're not careful, it can create major problems in our relationships. And this leads me to my second point, which is that sex before marriage can cloud your judgment. I heard somebody say a long time ago that premarital sex can either ruin a good relationship or make a bad one seem good. So let's say you're dating somebody and everybody around you can see that this person is really not good for you. You can be so blinded by the good sexual relationship that you have with this person that you cannot correctly assess their character or the quality of this relationship. The third reason is that premarital sex can create shame. Even though we know that the Bible teaches that God has forgiven us for all of our sins, for whatever reason, we tend to struggle to forgive ourselves for the things that we regret in our past, which ultimately can lead to us having an unhealthy self-image. Fourth, we need to consider the consequences. You see, the problem with sin is that because the consequences of our actions don't catch up to us immediately, we often think that we're getting away with it, not realizing that things have a funny way of catching up to us later. Because premarital sex is a sin, we can be assured that there's going to be consequences of some sort. And unfortunately, we get to choose our sin, but we cannot choose our consequences. The fifth reason is that it hinders your relationship with God. Now, I don't know about you, but I can speak for me that every time I sin, I begin to feel unworthy. I begin to feel ashamed. I feel like I shouldn't pray. I feel like I shouldn't read my word. I start feeling hypocritical. And all of those negative emotions can hinder you from connecting with God in the way that you so desire. So next, let's talk about reputation. A good name takes a lifetime to build and only a second to lose. And so once you develop a negative reputation, it can take a long time to regain people's respect. The seventh reason is that it can alter our view of sex. Sex in marriage is a beautiful, wonderful wedding gift that God gives to every couple. But whenever we go outside of the confines of marriage, it can alter the way we view sex, particularly if we've had negative experiences. Which leads me to my 8th and final point, which is that it can create unhealthy soul ties. Have you ever wondered why somebody can call you a year, 2 years, 5 years after you've broken up with somebody, and there's still something within you that is tempted to go back to this person? Think of it this way. If I take 2 pieces of paper and glue them together, chances are whenever I rip the pieces of paper apart, a part of this paper is still going to be connected to this part of the paper. And in the same way, whenever we come together sexually with somebody and we disconnect from them, oftentimes a part of us is still connected to this other person, which explains why we may be tempted to go back to somebody, because through the sexual connection, we have created an unhealthy soul tie. Now, if you failed in this area of sexual immorality, the good news is that God always responds to a heart of repentance. No matter how many times you've fallen, no matter how many people you've been with, you can be encouraged that God is not only going to forgive you, but He will also restore you. If you're interested in studying this topic out a little bit further, feel free to check out the scriptures that I just put on the screen. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Beat.